It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Hey, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 13th, and we've got a bit of patchy fog out there this morning. That's your morning headline, but otherwise, temperatures couldn't be a whole lot better today. Once again, I have beautiful weather forecast for you for the midweek forecast. A dry day. We're dealing with those patchy areas of dense fog early this morning, but that's going to burn off quickly. And it's nothing but sunshine that I have for you for the rest of the afternoon. So things are looking pretty good for us. And I'm expecting that we see a high temp of 77 with a light breeze, add the sunshine. Makes for a great day to get outdoors. I know the schools are really happy about that. Kids able to go outside for recess, get the energy out, and we just have a string of nice days that are going to carry us really through the rest of the work week forecast. We've got this fall-like feel in the forecast, though, and some patchy fog this morning could allow for a few areas to see visibility drop below a half mile. Of course, you would want to slow it down on the roadways, and it's those places that are more prone to seeing fog. If you live in a low-lying area next to a body of water, you're likely going to be one of the locations that see some of this dense fog. It shouldn't last too long because as soon as the sun gets out, starts doing its job, our temperatures will take off this morning. But just know that there could be some visibility issues out there. So you might want to plan a few extra minutes as you head out the door this morning. I don't think we're going to be dealing with it past mid-morning, though. We'll see that sunshine take over in a hurry, and then it's just really nice weather. Another beautiful day on deck for us for this Wednesday. It just can't be beat. I mean, this is the September weather that we wait on and that we deserve after all that heat and humidity that we had at the end of August. Dry and mostly sunny, not just today, but through the rest of the work week forecast and also through the weekend forecast. Beautiful weekend shaping up across the Ozarks. I gotta at least mention, though, this chance for a few showers that could arrive early on Saturday morning. Overall, I think you should keep your outdoor plans this weekend, but know that there could be this little disturbance in the area on Saturday specifically that could bring some cloud cover. I think we might get some isolated showers out of it, but this is by no means a washout of a day. In fact, the extended forecast is looking quite nice here. 77 for the high temperature both today and tomorrow. A little bit warmer on Friday, closer to 78. By Saturday, we have that small chance for some isolated showers. And I really think the best chance for some showers on Saturday happens early. We're talking before the lunch hour. So if you are planning your weekend, maybe avoid Saturday morning, but even still, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a lot of rain. It definitely won't be everywhere. In fact, it's only about a 15 to 20% chance for some showers. Then Saturday ends up being beautiful with mid 70s, 76 for the high temperature and 50s for low. So really, really comfortable in the forecast. Sunday looks beautiful as well. Once again, I think we'll be in the upper 70s. We just can't break this nice pattern, and I guess we don't really want to. Around the country, some of the headlines that you're going to hear about today include what was the strong Hurricane Lee out in the Atlantic, of course, and that is creating dangerous surf conditions now and rip currents that are developing along the east coast of the United States. So I know they're going to put out all of these warnings and advisories along the coastal areas to the east, even though we're not expecting a direct hit for the East Coast. We are talking about the potential for some really killer waves and ripped currents out there. Then we're also talking about that storm making landfall potentially by next weekend as a weak storm system. We're talking like think nor'easter, probably for New England. So folks up to the Northeast still need to be watching that storm out in the Atlantic. Other headlines around the country, I found this interesting yesterday. And if you're curious, you should Google the video because it's pretty interesting. Boaters in Wisconsin, they actually all got together. This was on, I think, Lake Chippewa. There's a lot of bogs there that float up to the surface. And a lot of the times they create these islands that sit on the top of the surface of the lake. This one's so large that it actually has grown trees, and those trees act like sails, like a sailboat. So when we get windy conditions up there, you can actually see these islands floating around. And there's a vital bridge that people use still, motorists use, and it's a main destination there. So boaters oftentimes send out a call. They say, okay, we're going to push this island across the lake. And that actually happened yesterday. The video is pretty incredible. I mean, these are just community members that get their boats, They get them all together and they push this island out of the way of this bridge. I found that really interesting. Everybody working together in Wisconsin to keep the bridge open. Don't want an island to crash into it, but it's light. They're able to push it. There's probably 20 boats though. Uh, that got together and moved that right out of the way. Also in the headlines, Hawaii's Kilauea volcano erupted for the third time this year, and geologists are really interested in getting out there, doing some research on the magma. So they're collecting it, and they're going to learn more about that process of what's actually happening in that active volcano. So kind of interesting there. Speaking of Hawaii, that's going to be the next brain twister question. This is the one that I left you with yesterday. What is the coldest temperature ever recorded in Hawaii? Yesterday, I gave you the options 12, 16, 29, 36, and the answer is A, 12 degrees. That's really cold for Hawaii. You don't often think about them dealing with these below freezing temperatures. Fun fact, it is the only state that has not seen sub-zero temperatures, but 12 is pretty darn cold. I think you get below 20 and you can count yourself cold. 12 degrees, though. It was set back in 1979, and this was recorded at the observatory on Mauna Kea. Elevation there, 13,796 feet. So you would expect that it gets really cold up there. I've actually been to that observatory, and I was there in the summer. They were not talking about record cold at all, not by any means. And it was shocking how cold it was. I was freezing up there, and we were up there in the evening when it got dark, and it was cold and windy and pretty brutal. But 12 degrees Fahrenheit, the coldest temperature ever recorded in Hawaii. Now you know. All right, here is the brain twister question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Maybe get you hungry for breakfast. According to 2022 sales, what's the most popular cereal that is sold in the United States? Do you think it is A, Cheerios, B, Frosted Flakes, C, Rice Krispies, or D, Honey Nut Cheerios? Let me know what you think. You can do that over on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. Thank you so much for listening this morning. Take it slow on that morning drive. If you have any fog out there, certainly be careful and use caution. Otherwise, enjoy the absolutely beautiful day. I will chat with you again in the morning. And if you need weather information today, make sure you log on to aroundtheozarks.com. We've got you covered there with up-to-the-minute forecast information. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather wherever you get your podcasts.